Up here in Temecula with the champ Dan Henderson. Dan, thanks for the time. How you feeling?
I'm not the champ yet. Working on it.
Well, I think most of your fans still consider you a champ. Are you looking forward to finally getting back into the cage?
Yeah, absolutely. Just be about 9 or 10 months since my last fight, and I'm a little antsy to get back in there.
What's the toughest part about a long layoff like that?
Um, Not getting paid during that time, but I did a lot of appearances and stuff, and managed to stay busy. But you know, getting back in shape is a little bit tougher sometimes, especially getting up there in age.
At this point in your career, how exciting is it to be the main event on a CBS card?
It's always exciting to be the main event. Um, yeah, you know exactly when your fight's going to be, or you're going to be the last fight of the night. That's it. It's fun to really look forward to that. It's something that the fans can really relate to, as far as knowing, they're get excited about that card because you're on it. That's kind of fun.
At this point, Dan, less than a month out, how much do you find yourself during the day thinking about the fight?
Mostly just during practice, and beyond that, not a whole lot.
Does that change as you get closer?
Maybe a little bit. I tend to just, I kind of like distractions. It doesn't get me all worked up too much. I like to be nice and relaxed. I already know what my game plan's going to be. I work on it when I'm in practice, and I visualize it, at home sometimes. But for the most part, I know what I'm going to do, and I train for it during practice, and I like the relaxing distractions that I have with the family at home.
Are you a guy that watches film? Will you watch film on Jake Shields?
Yes, I haven't yet. I need to get on it, though, so a little bit behind on that department.
Now, we talk to baseball players, we talk to boxers who say if they watch too much tape, it can almost screw them up. Are you the same way? Do you want to watch one or two fights, or are you a guy that wants to watch 10 fights?
No, I'll probably watch 4 or 5 of his fights, get his previous 4 or 5 fights, because the guy will change his tactics a little bit, but for the most part, they have certain tendencies. You can really pick them out within a few fights, and I'll probably watch 4 or 5 fights 2 or 3 times each, and then I pretty much know exactly what's going to happen in the fight at that point.
Now, the guys that we filmed you working out with tonight, do you look for guys that are close to a Jake Shields style, an Anderson Silva style? Are you looking for guys that are going to give you an idea of what Jake Shields is going to look like in Nashville?
I tried to. A couple of the guys that really simulate them weren't here tonight. They'll be here tomorrow night. Had different group of guys in tonight. But for the most part, you want a guy to kind of simulate them, but I'm feeling pretty confident about things, and especially with the sparring tonight. Trying to avoid takedowns. Not too bad at that.
Cardio-wise, how you feeling?
I'm feeling like I'm getting there. I got to really make a hard push for this next 2 weeks, this week and next week, and then kind of taper off a little bit, but keep my cardio up. And it's really, you got to know your body a little bit, and still push through things, and get enough cardio in, but still let your body recover. And if my body's not recovering enough, I'll cut certain things out, but really make sure I get my cardio in. I think that's the most important thing. Technically, I pretty much know what I need to do, and I feel pretty sharp right now. And as long as my body's nice and recovered, I can beat anybody.
I think the thing that surprised me tonight is you guys are fighting without headgear, number one, where if you go and watch a boxing sparring session, they've got headgear on. And number two, you guys were popping each other hard. Is that kind of the key maybe that you would tell guys that are interested in this sport or getting into it? That, hey, you almost have to go 75%. Maybe the gloves are a little bigger, but you got to get popped in the head so that when they actually ring the bell that night, you're ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been my philosophy. We don't do that every night. We do that about once a week that hard as far as sparring goes. But you gotta fight when you're training. You're training for a fight.
Yeah.
So you're not training for an easy fight. You're not trying to barely hit the guy in a fight. So you really gotta kind of get a feel of where your timing's at and footwork and everything when you're sparring hard.
We'll wrap it up with this. When you're watching, I don't know if you even saw it, but big sporting event over the weekend, March Madness, college basketball, and as you're watching the games, all of a sudden there you are, showing the promo. Is that kind of cool? Did you hear that? Did you see the promo for Strikeforce, and what does that mean to you?
I did not see it. I looked for it a little bit, but I was gone most of the weekend with kids' sports stuff as usual.
Yeah.
And didn't get a chance to. Kids like to put on some sort of movie when they get home. So.
Kids are not that impressed by seeing Dad's promo on CBS?
Yeah, well, I made them watch a little bit of basketball. My son will watch that, but my daughters won't. And we had it on for as long as we could.
Danny, always good talking to you. We'll catch up in a couple of days.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.